What do you say to somebody who's like fighting to kind of get the Latin Mass kind of going and maybe the predominant Mass over the Novus Ordo? Is this something you have strong opinions of?
I'll jump in and say, let people do what they want. Freedom is the answer. And that's basically what Pope John Paul II and Benedict said.
Right.
People attached to this Mass find value in it. Now, this isn't merely sentiment or preference. I like vanilla, you like chocolate. No, this is something good and holy and worth venerating. But things take time. The expansion of Western monasticism was crucial in the fall of the Roman Empire to preservation of culture, but it didn't happen in a matter of 5 years. So I think the Latin Mass will continue to flourish. I think Traditionis Custodes was largely a mistake, and I think it won't have practical fruits because the people like the Mass aren't going away. So
also because the bishops didn't really support Traditionis Custodes.
There was no widespread
well, and the survey on which Traditionis Custodes was said to have been based was a survey of the bishops conducted by the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. And it was apparently, Pope Francis in his accompanying letter, I believe, says that the action he's taking in Traditionis Custodes is largely based on that survey and what the bishops wanted. I have published the last section of that survey. The Vatican hasn't published the entire survey, or the report, I should say, the report that was written based on the survey. I was able to obtain the last section of that report that it was a collection of quotations from the bishops that would have been representative of the kinds of things that they were saying. So there were some negative things, but in large part, it was positive. And certainly overall, the attitude of the bishops was stay the course with Summorum Pontificum. Perhaps there might be some slight changes that you can make here and there, but Traditionis Custodes was not based on the will of the bishops. And that's proven by the way that it was received by the bishops. That is, most of the bishops remained silent. Those who were against the traditional Mass, they certainly used Traditionis Custodes as the opportunity to shut things down in their particular diocese. But certainly, as we see here in the United States and elsewhere, England, other countries as well, the bishops' reaction was consistent with what the survey actually represented. So that's I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, Diane did a lot of reporting on that, which
sorry I didn't know
about.
No,
it's okay. A lot of people don't. It should have gotten more press, but it didn't, unfortunately.
No, and then just the practical reaction that bishops have been studying the document, how to implement it, but it's not in their interest in an era of declining Mass attendance to alienate people who like the old Mass and are tempted to go to the St. Pius X Society Masses.
Yes, exactly.
Because they're not canonically regular.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the comments that you did see from bishops was, and these would be bishops who they're not celebrating the traditional Latin Mass themselves, but you could still see in them, they have the bishop's heart, that they don't want to see the sheep go astray. They don't want to see the sheep be outside the fold. And so even if they're not going to celebrate the traditional Latin Mass themselves, they're happy that their faithful have a place to worship God in a way that, is...
sanctified by the ages.
Exactly.
So it's a Mass. It's a Mass of great value and holiness.
And then I remember talking to this Canadian priest back when Benedict was Pope, and he said how sad that Pope Benedict is so out of touch with what the younger people want, in thinking that they're sort of into Latin and tradition. And I just thought how ironic and how sad it's you who is out of touch, thinking that young people aren't interested in their heritage.
And it's not just Latin and tradition.
That's right.
It certainly is that. It is the divine and the sacred and the otherworldly and everything that we're meant for and that speaks to the human heart.
Yes. Do I have to shuffle about the place like it's a 7-Eleven? Like, is everywhere supposed to be like Walmart, or can there be something that's sacred? But my point in saying that was just to say I think you're also seeing a lot of younger priests celebrating the Novus Ordo in a beautiful way. as well.
Yes. Well, and that was Benedict's, one of Benedict's intentions, I think, in when he published Summorum Pontificum, is that he very much saw the spread of the traditional Mass as rightly influencing the celebration of the new Mass.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.